What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest, I have had the most hectic week. I had a little issue in the house. My room flooded, so I'm just gonna cut to a clip of what my room looks like right now and a clip of like what was happening on, I think, Sunday last week. What the f? So yeah, this is my room. It's all being cut out because we had a water leak. Super fun. Super fun. It's not good. I'm not going to go into details because we're still trying to figure out what happened, but nothing that we did. So I figured I would just do a sit down video today because I did a couple of these like a long time ago. I did like my SR20 build list. I did a couple other things, but I'm not 100% sure. I can't really remember, to be honest. If you're new here though, I will link those in the description. Also, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. Maybe hit that bell icon because then you'll actually see my videos come up. So I figured today I would just sit down and maybe answer some questions. I just put a story up. Nobody's actually asked me anything, I don't believe. I don't know where all the things pop up. Well, I have one topic. And I figured this goes in good because if you also follow me on Instagram, if you don't, it's at 240Travis. It'll be right here. You'll know that my car kind of broke the other day. Last night, actually. So I kind of want to explain what I did, and yeah, I kind of wanted to touch on the fact of, do I regret building an SR? I don't have like a straight answer for this because like I'm a little biased. I love my SR, I love my car, so I'm just gonna like kind of explain where my thoughts were in building it. And yeah, I'm gonna say no, I don't. There are a couple things I wish I did differently, and maybe that would have involved not getting an SR and maybe going for a different motor. But at the same time, I also really love my SR, and I'm just gonna talk about that really quick. So as you guys all know, I have a fully built SR20DET with a bunch of goodies, all the goodies. So obviously we've had a couple disappointments with the SR. Dyno, first time, was disappointing when it only hit 312 wheel horsepower, especially with like a fully built motor. I was kind of like, Damien and I did a dyno day together that will be linked in the bio as well. We were both expecting to get about 400 out of it, out of our motors. Damien has a fully built KAT, I have the fully built SR20. Damien got a lot closer than I did. He came in at 364 wheel, I believe. And yeah, I came in at 312. So the first day on the dyno was kind of like, really? Are you kidding me? But we had a lot of issues. Issue one being the wastegate. You guys all know this. I also have a boost leak right now, and I actually just found out, I believe my turbo manifold is cracked. I haven't confirmed it, but it's looking like it most likely is. The Tomei manifolds tend to crack. It's like a known thing that they all do. So with that being said, like that was a bit of a disappointment. And then we went back for dyno day number 2 when I fixed the wastegate. And I didn't get this on video, but when we first got there, Tommy from Racing Greed, which is where I got the car tuned, put it on the dyno, and he actually noticed that the car was making less power than it left with. So that was a little concerning. And he's like, what mods did you do or anything like that? The only thing I could think of at that time was the wastegate, which the wastegate should have actually helped hold power and make more power. All the boost settings were the same, like I was still at 19 pounds of boost, all that. But since then, I've actually realized that I switched exhausts before dyno day number 2 because it was so loud, it sounded so bad that I just wanted to do something else. And this exhaust has a resonator as well as a muffler and no exhaust leak from the cat back, basically. So what Damien and I realized is that I have a lot of extra back pressure, and when I say a lot of extra, I mean a lot. It's crazy how much extra back pressure I have, and if you don't know, when you have back pressure with a turbo, it's actually inefficient. So with a turbo, you want as much flow as possible so that you don't have any slowdown. So what we think happened is, because of the back pressure, because there's so much, I think it actually took away horsepower, because Tommy said I was right around like 298, I think he said, which would mean that the back pressure dropped me 15 horsepower. So then when we went in for dyno day number 2, we ended up with 315 wheel. We made 3 horsepower more. But I'm thinking if I switch my exhaust, if I fix that manifold leak and the boost leak that I have, I would not only gain a bit of spool, but maybe a bit more power. So with that being said, am I disappointed with the SR being low on power? Not really. It's got a lot of room. Like, the motor is good. The motor is solid. It is good for a lot higher horsepower, which just means it's fuel, it's a turbo, and injectors. I'm basically being held back, like I've explained this, by pump gas in BC. BC pump gas sucks. Even our best octane is still not very good at all. So the next option is going to be E85. The second thing with the SR is, like, if I regret building it, is that it's been braking a lot, and that literally has zero things to do with it being an SR. That has nothing to do with it. That is all on me. That is completely 100% my fault. I should be building it properly. It's just there's certain spots where I forgot what I was doing, or I didn't tighten something, or I was just being an idiot. So there's just like certain, like, okay, the plug issue, I'll explain what happened. So basically what I did yesterday, and what broke my car yesterday, if you saw my Instagram story, again, 240 Travis, was that I was blocking off the tube that we had issues with that one time in a video. It was the tube that comes off of my valve cover and it runs down to the back of my block under my manifold. If you've been around since a while ago, you'll remember this video, and it was basically loose. So it came loose again. So what I decided to do was buy a plug from Mazworks. They're a company that makes all sorts of stuff, actually, and they make really good quality stuff. Now I have a little bit of an issue with this plug. So I get the original tube and fitting out because it was already loose, so I just basically finagled it out of the way. And then I put their plug in, and I was a little concerned because the plug just dropped in and it didn't tighten or anything. It didn't take any force. So right then I was like, it should be fine, because stupid. Damien right away, and Damien, Brandon, and I think Jack as well, were all like, buddy, what if that just like pops out? You're done. I was like, okay, you know what? If it heats up, maybe it'll expand, blah, blah, blah. It's just aluminum or whatever they make it out of. It'll expand, then it'll tighten up maybe. So I did that yesterday, and then we're driving to go get some food and bubble tea, and me and Steven go to do a third gear pull beside each other. He's in the S15, I was in the 240 obviously. And all I see is white smoke behind me. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Did I just overboost? And I was like, because I wasn't looking at my boost gauge, I was mainly listening to Steven's car, to be honest. I fully thought I blew my head gasket and maybe lifted my head. So neutral, drove down, and then I smelled the oil. So I drive past Steven, I'm like, fire extinguisher, because I knew oil was getting onto my manifold, and pull up, and luckily it wasn't on fire, but the plug did pop out, like Jack, Damien, and Brandon said. Luckily also, my plug for it got stuck on the line for my turbo. So it got stuck in between the line and the block. It was right in here, and basically pressed together, so I didn't lose it. I just let it cool down, and then we threw some JB weld on it and stuck it in there, and the car held up. The plug didn't come loose again on the drive. I haven't tested it in boost again, but I think it's okay. Yeah, that again, so this, like, going back, this is something that was my fault. I shouldn't have just put the plug in and left it. It broke because I was like, oh, it'll be fine. I just have too many of those moments, and that's something that I need to work on. The car, the motor is great. It was put together by a machine shop. Like, the clearances have been perfect. There's been zero issues. So yeah, all in all, honestly, I don't think I regret building the SR. No, hold on. To rewind. I don't regret building the SR, honestly, at all. It has given me so much experience and so much fun that, yeah, okay, I could have gotten an RB. I could have thrown a turbo on it, could have thrown injectors on it, and probably made more power than I am right now. But the amount of experience and like learning potential that has come with this motor has been by far way better than anything. So yeah, no, I don't regret building an SR. I enjoy it, it's fun. So I just checked the responses to my Instagram story. There's been 4 people who have answered. And it has all just been goofy stuff. So, not gonna read this one. My buddy Aline said, "How are you?" You said anything, lol. I'm good, thanks Aline. I appreciate that. And the man of the hour, Jack himself, Mr. JD180SX. He said, "How slow is your SR? How broken is your brand new Golf R?" So I'm just gonna take like a 20-minute break here, see if I get anything, and then we'll figure it out. Okay, it has been about half an hour. I deal with some stuff to do with the restoration and all that. We have a couple more questions. Not a whole lot, but you know what? There's some questions, and they're actually good ones. Friend of mine, you guys have seen him, Jordan. He said, "What's next for the SR? What isn't next for the SR?" That's actually a really good question because I do have a lot of plans for it, but it'll be like long-term plans. So obviously get it running properly, fix my vacuum leak, fix my manifold. Maybe over this winter, I will probably start getting the car ready for E85. Not fully E85, but an E85 mix with a flex fuel tune and everything. So that means injectors need to be upped, fuel pump needs to be upped, and fuel lines need to be bigger and E85 compatible. And then, yeah, flex fuel sensor, I believe. And then even farther down the line, I will probably go to a bigger turbo, a different head, and top mount manifold. But that'll probably be like 2 years, not 2 years. Not this winter, but maybe next, or it could even be the winter after that. We'll see. I just want to honestly enjoy the 240 and enjoy the SR how it is and just have fun with it. Next question, where is it? From Arthur, yeah, like I said, he said top exotic, top JDM, and top American, so American muscle. Top exotic, I don't know exotics very much, like at all. What's that really fast one? Pagani Huayra? Hold on, I gotta do a quick Google search. Okay, the Pagani Huayra. It's H-U-A-Y-R-A. Huayra? Huayra. Huayra? Yeah, Huayra, I think that's how you say it. Top JDM, this one's easy. My dream car to this day, even more than the 240, is a 1991, let's say, R32 GTR. I'll own one of those one day. That's my favorite. For muscle, I honestly don't know American Muscle very well either. I mean, everybody likes a nice, like, what, 69 Mustang? I'm gonna go with Mustang. Mustang is quality. My friend Brad said, "Why SR20, not RB20? I think I kind of already touched on this, but little known fact, I was actually supposed to buy a RB20 that had some mods to it, and it fell through, and then I ended up with the SR. The SR originally was my second choice. Now I'm more than happy that I did it. Mainly the reason SR is like, I don't even have a reason. I kind of just went for it. So I have an SR and I like it. I think that's gonna be it for today's video. That's all the questions I got and kind of all the time I have. Just dropped my phone. All the time I have for this video because I need to very quickly edit this and hopefully get it up. Again, I'm sorry I'm late. I've been dealing with so much stuff with that. And just honestly, yeah, as per usual, thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, if this is the first time seeing this video, make sure you check the links in the description to old videos. Go check out some other videos, you might like them. If you do like them, make sure you subscribe. I try and upload every Tuesday and Friday. Don't always make it, but hey, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.